This Good Morning Northwest morning spread is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprints.
A mild forecast today. Meteorologist Matt Gray is in keeping an eye on when and where we could see some snow.
Sydney Charles is live at River Park Square, checking out what you can get at the Burzar.
But first, he admitted to killing 4 people, but now charges against Major John Kaler have been reduced. Through mediation with his victim's family, Kaler has agreed to plead guilty to 4 counts of second-degree murder instead of first-degree murder. The family has also agreed to drop the burglary charge against Kaler. The 31-year-old killed 2 adults and 2 teenagers back in June. He told police he snapped and killed them because his wife told him the 18-year-old neighbor exposed himself to Kaler's children. A hearing to change his plea is scheduled for Monday afternoon in the Shoshone County Courthouse.
The defense has taken over in the retrial of Richard Aguirre, a former Pasco police officer accused of killing a Spokane woman in 1986. Aguirre's attorneys are arguing that someone other than their client had something to do with Ruby Doss's death. The defense called on 2 former Spokane police officers as witnesses. The trial is expected to last through early next week. You can read the most recent details of this case on KXLY.com right now.
And most of us are going to experience a dry forecast again today. Temperatures right now in the 20s and 30s will reach the upper 30s and low 40s under cloudy skies this afternoon. There will be some showers because of those clouds, but it's mostly going to be up in the mountains with some light snow flurries. Then we look at pretty nice weather for this weekend. We'll continue with cloudy conditions, and we'll be looking for some rain early next week.
Today, Spokane City Council will be deciding if the Salvation Army will continue operating the city's largest homeless shelter. The Salvation Army has been running the Trent Resource Center for more than a year, but its contract is set to expire on December 31st. Now, if approved, the new contract could cost the city more than $3 million and would last just until the end of April.
The Spokane Regional Health District is reporting an outbreak of Shigella, primarily among the homeless population. Shigella is a gastrointestinal infection that can spread quickly with symptoms of diarrhea, fever, and stomach pain. Health officials say as of right now, there have been 57 confirmed cases in Spokane County and 4 in Kootenai County.
Former Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani was expected to testify today in his defamation damages trial, but a spokesman for Giuliani has said that the former New York mayor will not be testifying after all. Giuliani has already been found liable for defaming 2 election workers, Ruby Freeman and her daughter, Shay Moss. Now a D.C. jury will be deciding how much he has to pay up. Giuliani already owes Freeman and Moss more than $230,000 since he failed to respond to parts of their lawsuit.
The Dow has reached a record high and is continuing to gain this morning in early trading. It's jumping as the Federal Reserve put a pause on increasing interest rates. It's a sign the economy has been moving mostly in the right direction with inflation cooling. And if inflation keeps trending lower, some economists think the Fed could even start to cut rates next year, which would be helpful for borrowers paying off credit card debt or buying a home. Inflation slowed to a rate of 3.1% last month, but that's still high and well above the Fed's 2% target.
An unbelievable story from around the Northwest. A 72-year-old Idaho woman missing for 4 days has been found alive after crashing her car in a canyon. Officials in Canyon County say Penny Clark was reported missing on December 5th. A few days later, she was found near a ravine. The Canyon County Sheriff's Office says it's miraculous that she was found. Clark is recovering from her injuries at a local hospital.
The tide may be turning for renters as rent prices are beginning to decline across the country. Real estate company Redfin says the median asking rent declined 2.1% in November from the year before. The company says renters can thank the surge in construction of apartment buildings for that decline.
And the 5th annual Burzar will be taking place this weekend. Vendors will be selling thousands of handcrafted goods and specialty items. It's taking place at River Park Square on all 3 floors of the mall. So take a look at your screen for some of those details. Again, it's taking place on Saturday from 10 o'clock to 8 p.m. Vendors will be selling things like leather goods, clothing, original artwork, and more. There will also be live musical performances and activities for the kids. All those details are on KXLY.com.
Well, if you get a gift, you only have a couple more days to ship those presents if you want them to arrive in time for Christmas. Amazon says the last day for free shipping is today. The FedEx ground shipping deadline is tomorrow. Saturday is the last day for ground shipping for the U.S. Postal Service, and UPS recommends you enter the addresses you're shipping to on its website for specific dates. We'll be back with a final check of the weather right after this break.